Welcome back to my next tutorial. As you can see, our tank has changed a little bit. I was not lazy, I have given a nice texture based on photos from the Browning Tanks Museum. So, we still have a lot of things to do before we can publish this model. And first we will have a look at the config file from the tank. Basically, we still have the config from the Panzer IV from Flans mod, which is not well accurate for this model. So we have to change a lot of things before it will work for our model here. So, a lot of stuff is to do, especially the driver position. As you can see, it's not really good. So we will change that now. Closing this here. And have a look at the config file. Where do I have it? Let's go inside our Forge, MCP, JARS, Flan, tutorials, and there are vehicles. So, let's have a look at it. This is basically our complete config file, and mainly it's the same config file currently the Panzer IV uses. So, what do we have here? Let's start on the top. The name, I think, is normal. It's the name you use inside the inventory and the menus. The short name, it's the system name, also the system ID. Icon, model, and texture we have already changed. So, what else do we have? We have the camera distance. Camera distance, if you are a third person, this defines how far the camera is away from the driver. Sounds not that bad, it's okay. It also has another side effect which is not that good. If you have a large model like a large plane and don't want the camera distance too high, this will also limit the small model shown at the crafting table. So if you have a camera distance which is really low and the model is really big, the model blows up the whole screen while you are on the crafting table. So this has to be in a good balance. So the next stuff, throttle and max negative throttle. The maximum speed the model has can go in front and backwards. So let's say it's a small tank from World War I, can 0.1 and backwards 0.2. Turn left speed, turn right speed. This defines how fast the tank can turn left and right. Drag and mass and moment of inertia are really weird stuff. Not really sure for what it is, because Flan brought it in with the update 3.0. And the mass and drag focus on bringing the model back to the ground with all wheels. The moment of inertia is stuff like sliding and drifting. It's not really good. And in my opinion it has to be deleted, all this stuff here. The wheel radius, it's calculating for the distance between the wheels. So, to see if every wheel is on the ground, 1.5 it's okay, I always use it, I don't change it. Bounciness defines how high the model is bouncing if the wheels are inside the ground. 0.3 it's okay. Four-wheel drive, true, means vehicle has a 4 wheel points, 4 wheels. You can also set it on false if you have a bike. Tank, also set on true. This means our vehicle is a tank. It has a turret it uses tracks and uses track wheels. So, fuel tank size. This defines how many fuel the vehicle can store in survival mode. You have to note this fuel is going down by 1 fuel point per tick. 1 tick is a 1/20th second, so you need 20 fuel per second. Cargo slots and shell slots. Here are defined how many shells and how many cargos a plane can hold. So, blah. Small tank, it has 2 shell slots, that's all. So, driver. The driver position. The first 3 numbers defining the position of the driver. Basically, the ass of the driver. Literally. The other 4 numbers here are counting telling you the field of view the driver can use. So, minus 360 and plus 360 means the driver can look each side 360 degrees, so completely around, and from 0, which means he's looking normal, up to 45 degrees in the height. I think not so good, so we will make it minus 10, so the barrel can get down a little bit, and 25 up. So, what else do we have? We have passengers, currently 0, because our small tank will not have any passenger. Then we will have the rotated driver offset. In most tanks, the driver is not located directly in the center of the turret. I will open Minecraft around. And as you can see, the hatch, here the commanding hatch, is not directly in the center of the turret, so we have to use a small offset. If I mount the tank, as you can see, I already have an offset, but it has the wrong direction, so we will give him another one. We have to move back and more to the center of the tank. So, currently the offset is a 12 to the front. We will make it minus 4 and not too far to the side, minus 5. The barrel position. The barrel position indicates the center of the barrel, so it's directly linked with the spawn point of the bullet. So, at this point the bullet will spawn and fly to the target. I think 43, it's okay, it's the top of the tank, it's okay. So, the secondary gun. The secondary gun, this is the small machine gun the driver uses. It's not the passenger gun, it's the gun the driver uses as a secondary gun if not using the main gun. The first 3 letters is the position, followed by the location, the part of the tank where the gun is located, in this case the turret, and what type of gun we have, the short name of the gun. So, if we look inside the game and press our nice F10 to the development mode, and you will see a block here. This is the gun, the blue one here. This is the gun, and we can change it simply by having a look at our model, and the model position is currently screwed, verdammt. So we will bring it up to 24 and in the front to 8 and the side to -2. I think that will fit. Shoot delay and shell delay. This is the delay between the shoots in 1/20th of a second. The engine sound and the start sounds and so on and so on. These are the sounds which are played when the engine is starting, when the engine is running, shooting a gun bullet, shooting a shell, and so on and so on. We'll change this set to the Browning M1919, which is more accurate for this kind of tank. So, what else does we have down here? The recipe. This defines how many parts and so on the vehicle has and how many ingredients you use to build it. So I always use my own package with parts. Also for this tank I will use the SMP parts package. So for the turret I use one tank turret. And add 5 plates of steel. Also for the core I will add 10 plates of steel and 1 tank chassis. And we have tracks at the side. So I will add, if I find them, the tank track on each side. And we can add dyes to color the tank, 5 grays, okay, for the size of tank. The collision boxes down here we have already discussed in other tutorial. And we have the bullet detection. The bullet detection is the area around the tank where the tank is looking for bullets to hit. So if you set it at 0, the tank isn't looking for bullets and can't be hit. The 5 blocks are okay. So basically that's it. All is set. So let's have a look. Save it, close it, and let's run again to have a look in the game for our changes. So first we will have a look at the crafting table. And as you can see, something is wrong. So what's wrong? Well, I don't know, let's see. The client says there's a problem with some kind of problem with the recipe. So let's have a look at the recipe and oh yes, there is no problem with the recipe. It's simple because I just forget I don't have the parts package here in this version. So all is fine. The part package is not there. This is the reason for the crash. So let's check the other stuff. As you see, the gun block has changed to the position where the gun is. And the driver, let's see, how does it fit? Not that good, but let's say we bring it up by 3 and 3 to the right again. So, driver offset. Or driver position we bring it up by 4, it's better, and 4 to the side. Oh, and I forget, I will have running wheels, so spinning wheels, which we have also to implant. And we do this by using simple, where do we steal it? I'm too lazy to. Rotate wheels true, and now the wheels are spinning. So that looks good. It's not a perfect, but the tank is small, so it's the best way. Maybe I should move in one to the front. Two to the front sounds good. And then the config is finished and we can nearly release our model. So 2 more to the front. -2, and that's it. Basically, this is how the config has to be created. I hope this helps you with your own. See you next tutorial where I'll show you how to bring your models from MCP to Minecraft.